Coach, what a way to start the playoffs there. Another wild one. We kind of got the overtime thing coming back here. Definitely a must-needed win tonight. You guys got off to a fast start. Utah found their legs, but in the end, you guys were able to find a way to win it. How crucial was this win tonight?
Yeah, I mean, every game's crucial in playoffs, but certainly, when you're playing at home, game one of the series, to get that one under your belts, breeds a lot of confidence. I think we learned a lot from this game. We've got some inexperience, and just to learn what it takes to win a playoff game was huge. And I'm proud of the way the guys stuck with it. We went through some adversity. There was a number of games within the game tonight, but in the end, we came out victorious.
You guys got obviously familiar start there with the first 2 goals of the game, but obviously Jason Bass coming back there with the game winner. He's been out for a few weeks, picks up where he left off.
Yeah, he hasn't played in a while, but he was certainly a difference maker tonight. I think you could tell our guys weren't exactly in game shape, but we had our legs when we needed them, and certainly Basti was. It's great to have him back, and great to see him score and get that goal.
So you got Basti coming back. Obviously, didn't play. He had a few minutes on the bench tonight. Obviously, probably finding his legs. You guys had a week off. Utah coming in with the fresher legs. What does that tell you that you guys had a week off? You kind of had to regain your playing legs against the team who was kind of gassed up and ready to go.
Yeah, I expect us to have energy, which we did. It's hard to replace playing a game in practices, but I thought for the most part we were prepared and ready. But again, just that playoff grind, that the battles, winning those battles, making sure you're hard on pucks. Those are things that we'll clean up, and I think we'll be better for it.
Through about 2 periods of play, you guys had a ridiculous shots on goal lead against them. They got a few back on you. That second game tying goal, they're probably not one you want to see, off the stick, whatever it was. But what does that say about Olivier, who's able to kind of push that goal aside mentally and refocus and really keep the team in it and help put them in a position to win?
Yeah, it's not easy for goalies to maintain that focus when they're not getting a lot of work early in the game, but he's got that experience. He'll lean on that experience here down the stretch, and he made saves for us in the third period and in overtime when we needed him to. But I thought certainly our team played very well the first 2 periods. We could have broken that game open in the second period. We didn't. Their goalie kept them in it, and I think that gave them some life. They started believing in the third a bit, but we weathered it and came back with a great overtime.
You guys got 2 big games. As we said, every game's critical, but with the playoff format in this series, 1-2-2, you head down to West Valley for 2 games. It's going to be loud on there. It's an intense pace to play. What's the focus, or what's the game plan for you guys over the next couple of days to pick up the wins?
Yeah, we'll show video. I think we need to clean up our D-zone coverage, just bearing down on pucks in certain situations and managing our game a little better. But other than that, the game plan won't change. We need to use our speed. We need to get in on the forecheck and get pucks in behind them, and continue to turn their D. So, we've got a good group. We've got a deep group, and we just need to refocus, re-energize, and be ready to battle Friday.
All right, well, congrats on the big thrilling win tonight, and we'll see you down there in West Valley.
All right, thanks.